tonight, the PM flies west bearing gifts as the federal Liberals serve up sexism on the menu.
With this grossly sexist and offensive menu on display.
Indonesian police shoot the man accused of raping a Perth woman on holiday in Bali. And high flyer, a former Star Eagle, sets his sights on the Senate.
This is 10 News at 5 with Narelda Jacobs.
Hello and welcome to 10 News. We begin with a day of dirty politics in the run-up to the federal election, including gross and sexist comments about Julia Gillard. The PM today headed west, bearing a financial peace offering to the Premier Colin Barnett. 10 political reporter Alicia Banner joins us live from Fremantle, where the PM is about to be grilled by a comedian. Alicia.
Yes, that's right, Narelda. I'm here at Victoria Hall, where later this evening the Prime Minister will be doing a Q&A with Ben Elton.
And you can share your thoughts. What do you think of the menu list? Was it out of line? You can read the menu on our Twitter at 10 News Perth or Facebook 10 News Perth. A man suspected of rape and violent robbery of a Perth woman in Bali has been shot in the leg while being arrested by Indonesian police. The 30-year-old was taken into custody after a 6-week manhunt by police. It's alleged he forced the woman to open a safe in her room at the Kerobokan villa before holding a knife to her throat and raping her as family members slept nearby. It's the second arrest in the case after another suspect agreed to help police with their search. A 32-year-old Highgate man caught driving with a blood alcohol level more than 6 times the legal limit has pleaded guilty in the Perth Magistrates Court. Jida Star Ogden, who had a reading of .344, was fined $1,000 and was banned from driving for 12 months. Outside court, he blamed his actions on a 10-year battle with alcoholism.
It was the time of day when children get released from school, so I should have been dealt a harder, more of a red card, if you know what I'm saying.
Ogden says it's the first time he's been charged with driving under the influence and is receiving treatment for his alcohol addiction. Outrage is growing in Victoria over the failure of the justice system to prevent the rape and murder of Jill Meagher. There are demands for an overhaul of the state's parole system after repeat sex offender Adrian Bailey was allowed to walk free. Emma O'Sullivan reports. Stay with us, still to come on 10. Homebrew tragedy. A third man dies after drinking backyard grappa. Drug storm seals online outburst as his mate is caught with marijuana. And gaming war. New shots fired as Microsoft and Sony go head to head. A taxi driver was held at knife point and hit in the face during a violent robbery last night. After the break, a breakthrough in an underworld murder mystery. And street walking shame, the plan to expose Highgate's curb crawlers. The headlines on 10 News this Wednesday. A man suspected of the rape and robbery of a Perth woman in Bali has been shot in the leg while being arrested by Indonesian police. Former Eagle star David Wirapunda has announced he'll nominate to run as a Nationals candidate at the federal election. And the Prime Minister has hit out at an obscene and sexist menu at a Liberal Party fundraiser. It likened her to a Kentucky Fried Quail with small breasts and huge thighs. And protesters are starting to greet Julia Gillard as she arrives at a political fundraising dinner in Fremantle in the next hour. Alicia Banner is there for us live. Alicia.
Yes, that's right, Narelda. A handful of protesters have arrived, but there's such a high police presence that I'm sure there'll be little trouble.
Thanks, Alicia Banner, live from Fremantle. A possible breakthrough tonight into one of Australia's oldest murder mysteries. Police are searching a property in rural New South Wales for the remains of anti-drugs campaigner Donald Mackay. From our Sydney newsroom, Sandra SULLY reports.
Narelda, New South Wales police have confirmed they have begun excavating a property at Hay in the Riverina region after a tip-off from the public. Federal and local police are involved, as well as members of the Unsolved Homicide Squad. Now, anti-drugs campaigner Donald Bruce Mackay disappeared in 1977. 3 years earlier, though, he stood as a Liberal Party candidate for the House of Representatives, but was never elected. At the time, he was well known for his concerns over the growing drug trade in the area. Then, several arrests were made following a police operation, and that led to 4 drug-related convictions. And it was at that trial that McKay was identified as a possible whistleblower. His body has never been found. Now, last year, a $200,000 reward was offered, and it is thought that that may well have been the catalyst for tonight's search.
Sandra Sully there. Goss is back with sport, and Goss, you've got more on David Warner's troubles in England.
Yes, Narod, he's in the bad books again. It wasn't that long ago he was in trouble for a Twitter outburst. The latest is on the way. Also, Justin Langer hasn't given up hope of losing Mike Hussey to Sydney. A footy brat pack at Collingwood, and Kelly Slater does it again. Winning's nothing new for the wonder of the waves, but the American has carved his name into surfing folklore one more time. His latest perfect performance on the way. Good sport, everyone. Australian batsman David Warner has been stood down from tonight's Champions Trophy match against New Zealand after allegations of a nightclub fight with England player Joe Root at the weekend. Warner faces a Cricket Australia disciplinary hearing with the incident believed to be alcohol related. He is still in San Antonio Friday, Australian time. No play of the day. I've got an update from what's happened over there in England involving Dave Warner. The England and Wales Cricket Board have released a statement saying that Dave Warner initiated an unprovoked physical attack on one of their players, and that has been Joe Root. Warner has admitted guilt and has apologised to the England player. Cricket Australia will handle it over the next couple of days, but it doesn't look good for Dave Warner. They're not saying he's going to be sent home just yet, Nerelda, but he's got a lot of answers to come up with, I think. Thanks
very much, Goss. More on that story to come.
And the day after, and the day after.
Michael Schultz has the weather again from the RSPCA next. Thanks very much, Michael. And that's all from the Perth newsroom for now. Thanks for your company. Have a great night. Good night.